My name is Jack McCloskey. I've been working with Vietnam veterans ever since Vietnam. I spent 6 years in the service, 2 tours in Nam as a corpsman with the Marine Corps, and I don't trust you folks. I've been doing work with Vietnam veterans ever since I've got out for the last 10 years, and I don't trust you folks. What you're going to be about doing, what you're about to start, you are going to be taking care of my brothers and sisters, and I don't trust you folks. I have seen too many so-called counselors fuck over my brothers and sisters. And if you don't think it's hard, if you don't think you can hack it, then I asked you both for yourself, and I asked you for my brothers and sisters to get out now. You are going to be considered employees of the VA. That is going to create problems. The Vietnam veterans that will walk into your doors won't trust you, will test you. There is chances that you will get hit. Since I've been doing this work, I've been shot, I've been punched, I've been spit upon. I don't trust you folks. I want you to understand what it's like being a Vietnam veteran, counseling other Vietnam veterans. I want you to understand that a part of your life is going to go home with you every day now for the next 3 years. And I want you to understand that you must take care of yourselves by doing that. What are you going to do when that veteran walks into your door and puts a gun up at you and says, I want your job? How are you going to handle that? I don't trust you folks. You are going to be caring for those people that survived. And for me, the only way that my brothers and sisters that died in Vietnam can have died in dignity is if we do everything for the survivors. And I don't trust yourselves. I don't trust you until you prove to me that you can survive and help those of us back here that need to survive. That means that you be sensitive. That means that you take that extra little step. Forget about your PhDs. Forget about your masters. Forget about all your formal training. Listen and learn from your clients. Then your professional training will come into being. Then your professional skills can be used. You are dealing and going to be dealing with a whole breed of people. The anger, the frustration, the alienation that we as Vietnam veterans feel are signs of sanity and not insanity. And I am tired of having professionals label us as schizophrenics, as character disorders, as the VA labeling us as they are no different than other veterans except they have longer hair, they're dirtier, and listen to different music. And this isn't bullshit, because this is what we've been told time and time again. But now we are part of that system. What that means is you have to learn how to work in that system without losing the sensitivity, without losing that ability to be an advocate for the veteran. That means you are going to have to put up with a whole bunch of shit. And I don't know if I can trust you to do that. I am getting tired of this work. And I'm glad that new people are coming in. I'm glad to see all the new blood. But I've got a vested interest in this. For me to keep my sanity, then I'm going to have to put some trust in you, just like I had to put it in people back in the Nam. And you're going to have to prove yourself to me. If people want to come into this program and use this as a stepping stone for their career, get the fuck out now. If people want to come into this program and turn it into a traditional, quote, psychiatric care facility get the fuck out now. If people want to come into this program and feel condescending toward veterans, then get the fuck out now. If you cannot understand that Vietnam veterans, both the men and women, are human beings and have problems, then get the fuck out now. If you cannot understand that we are all in this together, then get the fuck out now. If you cannot understand what it's like watching somebody blow themselves away in front of you, then get out, because you ain't going to be able to take it. If you can't understand a guy coming in or a woman coming in talking about their second and third marriage and not understanding what's going on inside of them, then leave. If you cannot understand that first and foremost, Vietnam veterans were members of a community before they went to Nam and have a right to come back and be members of another community, then get out. If you cannot understand what it is like to be disabled, and if it bothers you to watch disabled people, to see scars, both emotionally and mental scars, emotional and physical scars, then get out now. If you cannot understand that Vietnam vets are probably one of the most potential groups for social change in this country, and at the same time one of the most potential groups for violence in this country, then get the fuck out now. Because your job is to validate people's feelings. Your job is to take that anger. Your job is to take that frustration, take that alienation, and show that veteran, both by what you do and by you working with him, and show that veteran that those things can be used for constructive ways, not destructive. If you cannot understand what it is like for a male veteran coming in and saying, my dick is shot off, what am I going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And you can't answer him, then get out. If you can't understand a woman Vietnam veteran coming in and talking to you of picking up your buddy's bits and pieces, and you don't respect that, and you don't think that she suffered as much as you have, then get the fuck out now. If you cannot understand that by and large most Vietnam veterans want to stop being Vietnam veterans, then get the fuck out now. Because this program can't use you. And I am angry. I have seen too many people try to work with Vietnam veterans without the right attitude. It's not easy. It's important for you to have a support system in doing this work. If you don't have that support system, then you're going to be snapping at each other. It's important for you to share. Let those veterans know about your pain. Don't just sit back there and say, yeah, I know. Share. If you can't hack it, then leave. Because if you don't, somebody like me will be looking at you. Somebody like me will be questioning what your motives are. And somebody like me will never be able to come back into a vet center again unless you treat me right from the beginning. We all learn from mistakes. Guys can understand that. You tell them right up front, hey, you're new in this. Let them help you. If you come off feeling that every Vietnam veteran that walks into your door is sick, then leave. If you come off feeling that Vietnam veterans have had it easier than most other people because of the GI Bill, because of all these benefits, then leave. If you think that as a group you are not going to be putting up with shit, then leave. This is not benefits counseling. Forget that. This is not working in an OVA office doing educational counseling. This is not working in the employment development department doing employment counseling. Although you'll be doing all that, You are dealing with people and not numbers. You prove to me all the work that we've done for the last 10 years that have led to Operation Outreach. You prove to me, if we're not right in our approach to it, then you better leave. Because you won't see Vietnam veterans. They won't come to your centers, and you may get hurt. And I'm not exaggerating on that. Vietnam veterans can be worked with. They can be worked with by other people that are not Vietnam veterans themselves. There has to be a sensitivity. And during the next few days or how long you're going to be here for this training, then you listen, and you talk, and you suffer, and you cry, and then you laugh, and then you go out and work. Because you owe it to me, and you owe it to the rest of us, and you owe it to yourself. It's not going to go away for any of us. What it's going to do is make us live better. And I want you all to say to me, down the road, you didn't have no reason to be angry at me. Because I'll be checking down the road. And I don't want to be angry at you. But you've got to prove yourself. Too many of us have died. That can't go on anymore. And you take care of yourselves, too. That's all I can do.